be cooking up some good remaster video today. Feet Plaza. That is the weirdest name you could have chosen, brother. Whatever. Go up. Meow. Meow. Alright. Let me see if I can get a private server. I'm poor. 100 Robux? He was 10. We're gonna do an SN exclusive World Series. Maybe he's a good player. Who knows? He's trying to stall him. Lol. Maybe he is actually a good player. I'm gonna invite little bro named Plaza Lava. Yeah. Oh man, that'll be amazing. Ignore that. Anyways. Plaza Lava. Jackson. Shut up. Bro, where are you? Also, I changed one phone. One of my best friends. Apparently he sucks. What does it mean? Okay, here's a good time. He's better come me. Probably in the hang, leave me alone. He's in front of me. He just ran me on the road. There's like 4 of this guy. Bro, loves it. right loves bushes so much, he's literally humping them. Look at this. Never move beyond that. Yeah. And I you. So go sleeping. But we oh, here's daytime finally. Bro, you calm down. Bro, calm. Right there. I didn't even notice he controlled that. That was scary. Also, this is pitch black, as you can see. I can't use my room. He's already caught up. Bro, what time is it? Okay, this should be daytime. New player. I guess. I think you're gay. You're recording, right? Recording. Okay, nice. Oh. What I just answered it wrong. Yeah. Speed's everything. Let's get started. Bro! Mm. Dice good stuff. That's a 75% decrease. Fresh. it. They suck if they died. What did I just do? I don't really care. I'm not actually going to post. I'm gonna scroll through yours and y'all can watch one of me. But it's until I smile. And I smile really easily. What? Let's watch this section. What was that? I don't remember.
On this episode of Gambler Spec, we're installing this ghost racing motor in our race car. Bed? It's a race car bed. Let's get started.
Okay.
So a couple weeks ago, as I was putting off current projects, looking for new projects, as I do, I was scrolling down Facebook, came across this blue race car bed, and thought to myself, that really needs to be a go-kart. So I offered the lady $30. She accepted. I drove and picked it up, and here it is. So let me talk you through my purchase. For $30, I got this toddler-size race car bed. It's made by Little Tykes. It's made of plastic.
Nice.
The wheels don't turn. And it came with a used mattress, which not real sure I'll be able to use that. But I love the look of this thing so much that I had to have it. So I remembered a video that I'd watched a while back where Hoonigan and Danger Dan actually did a similar thing where they took a race car bed and they combined it with like a shifter cart. But I remembered not really liking it very much, so I searched it up, looked back through some of the thumbnails, and I remembered why. So let me show you the way they did it, and I'll show you the way that I want to do it. So the way the Danger Dan did it, they tried to keep it looking as much like a bed as they could. They hid the shifter cart up under a piece of plywood. I think they covered it with like a sheet. And then they kept the existing wheels and tires so that it still kind of looked like a kid's bed, except for it had a steering wheel that came up. I think they had a blanket on it too. But the thing I didn't like about that design was, number one, you ride super, super high. So you're like floating up on top of the car as opposed to being down in the car. And then with the wheels not actually turning, it just looked a little bit odd when it was driving around. It didn't look much like a race car to me. So let me show you what I want to do. So this is my vision for the race car bed. I've got a bunch of this 1-inch steel tubing out in a scrap pile. I need to get rid of it anyway. I'm going to build an entire go-kart frame out of the 1-inch steel tubing. Obviously, this is the toddler-sized bed, so there's not a ton of room inside, so legroom is going to be a problem. So initially, I had thought I would go with a big block motor, but when you try to add a big block in here plus a seat, there just wasn't any room anywhere to put it. So I did pick up the Ghost Racing motor, and I did pick up this seat as well. I'm not sure this is going to be the one. It ended up being a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, but I really liked the design, and it was cheap, so I grabbed it. So we'll have the single seat, and then there's not going to be much room behind the seat, so I think the best plan is going to be to carve up inside the plastic on either side and see if you can't sit side by side. The seat next to the engine, run a torque converter back to a live axle. I want to keep the thing as low as possible. To me, what makes this thing look cool is the fact that it's like slammed, but that also creates a little bit of problem because, as you can see, these tires are actually floating in the air. So I'll come back, carve those holes out, and then I gotta find a set of wheels and tires that are as close to these profiles as I can. I know they don't really make this size wheel or tire for that matter, so it'll just have to be something close to keep the same feel, but there'll be no more plastic fake wheels and tires.
Also, the video might randomly end due to it either being too long or something, or I accidentally hit the button to end it. So I'm sorry if it happens.
So this is going to be real. I've got to obviously leave a little bit of extra room in the front so they can turn. And then in the back, I want to try to put a nice fat tire, as fat as I can fit, with also still fitting the engine and the torque converter. So lots and lots of stuff to try to figure out. I'm going to spend several hours staring at this. I'm going to cut some pieces off. I've never worked with plastic like this before, so it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but I'm ready to get going.
Now, the wheels could technically be used as actual wheels. Though they're plastic, so they have literally no grip. Okay, now it's actually starting to kind of look like a race car. God, that ain't about shit. Oh, chicken. All those nuts and bolts you could use really well.
We got updates. So we got most of the plastic trimmed off that I think has to come off on the race car bed. There's definitely going to still be some that we need to trim once we get the actual frame up underneath it. But this is kind of where I wanted to start. As far as the minimum, I feel like you could trim off. I got this other seat, which I think could be a better option. I like that it sits up a little bit straighter. That'll let me move it back a little further. And also, I think the height is probably going to be closer to what I need. The one off Dolly Parton was a little too low, and the one that I bought off Facebook I think was a little too high. So I got that as an option, pretty happy with it. Then I found these tires on Amazon. Now these are for a scooter, but really they had the best profile. I wanted to try to fill up these wheel wells as much as possible, and these had the best profile and the best tread, I felt like, to match what the race car bed had before. Well, I also found these wheels right here. These are 6-inch wheels to go with it. The issue that I had is they only made these wheels in 6-inch wide. So when I look at this here, this looks pretty good. I feel like the profiles are pretty similar. But when I actually put it on the wider wheel, now I've got more of a cartoon bubble going on with the tread instead of the straight up and down, because the wheels are wider than the tread is. So I'm just not sure I like it. I'm really torn on it because I know how hard I looked to find something that I liked, and this was kind of it. But now that it's together, I don't know if I love it. So making some decisions, trying to figure out what to do. I could go and get a couple more wheels and try out in these tires and just see if I like it better with a skinnier wheel. It'll just be a wheel that I don't like as much, but maybe the fact that it's skinnier, it'll make it look, more square, and maybe that'll make me like it better. I don't really know. So I think next I'm going to go ahead and try to get this axle mocked up and then get to work on the frame while I make decisions on the wheels and then get those bolted up. The seat and the engine side by side, but narrow enough to be able to put these back wheels and tires on. Once I got the seat and the engine mounted up, next I moved to the front. I needed room for these tires to be able to turn and also to be able to connect the spindles. So what I ended up doing was cutting about 5 inches out of the middle of this hoop. I cut it off the frame in the back and then re-welded it there. As you can see, that narrowed up the front, gave me room to be able to mount these spindles. I did get that second set of wheels in. These are only 3.5 inches wide, and you can see it's a much better fitment than those 6-inch wide wheels were. You lose that cartoon bubble shape by going to a narrower wheel. Really happy with the way that's fitting. Looks a lot better. Only problem I had was 2 of the wheels were actually damaged in shipment. BMI is supposed to be sending me replacement wheels, but they haven't told me exactly when they're going to be here. So still waiting on those so I can get these back ones replaced as well. The next problem that I ran into was with the carburetor. So you can see how close this engine is to the wheel and tire. I didn't have room to move the engine over because you got the seat. Can't move the seat because you got the body. So by the time you put the short intake tube that it comes with, the carb, and the air filter, you're hitting into the side of that tire. The solution that I came up with was to take a few pieces of strap pipe and weld them together. That moved the carb up and back. That should give me enough room to be able to run the air filter without hitting anything else. Now that I got it on though, I am kind of thinking it's a little bit too high. So this probably won't be the final rendition of that intake tube. I think by the time you put the throttle linkage and everything on the top, it's going to look a little bit funny. So that may end up changing. But really, I'm at a standstill anyway. I got to go ahead and get some parts ordered. I need to get pedals. I need to get a steering wheel. I've got to get the pulse pump. I've got to get the fuel tank, a few other odds and ends, tie rods, stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything on order, and I'll get back with you as soon as everything gets in.
Can you make your own fuel tank? It's really just plastic. I'd like to see him use it without a body. That'd be funny. Do you need to suspend the body upwards a tiny bit? You use that with a suspension, because you obviously need one. But it's hitting the wheels, so it's making a huge problem with it. But I'm not doing that because we haven't really finished the entire video. So yeah.
Well, the project fatigue phase is real, and it is not spectacular, but we do have some updates for you. Let's take a look. All right, so basically what we've got now is a rough draft of a finished go-kart. You can see we got the ghost motor mounted up. We've got a clutch installed here with the chain set up. I did come back and revise that intake tube so it's much lower. I think that's a much better fit. Added the K&N filter to the end there. You can see this pipe here, this hose, goes from the crankcase back to the pulse pump, and then the pulse pump takes the fuel from this ginormous plastic gas tank that I found on Amazon. I actually thought it was about half that size, but never mind that. It takes the gas from this gas tank and then pumps it up and into the carb. So that worked out pretty well. I've got the brake drum installed here. I think this was like a 6-inch brake drum if I'm not mistaken. We've got the steering wheel all installed. We've got the pedals done. Space, of course, is always the problem with these small go-karts. So one issue that I had was to get these tie rods to keep from hitting on your legs as you ride, I had to take the steering piece and extend it really low. What that means is that a small turn on the wheel actually does quite a bit out on the tires. I don't know that it's a really big deal. It just takes a little bit of getting used to, I think. But when you're trying to sit on this little tiny go-kart, there's only so much you can do. So that at least keeps my tie rods low. My engineering on this brake rod setup is not ideal. I kind of thought that this setup would keep it from twisting, but it really just kind of doesn't. It still has a little bit of a twist to it. But I think it'll be all right for the rough draft. I'll come back and revise that. As long as everything else works, I think we're okay. The next thing I did, I've got this framework set up here. In theory, that is all set up to the perfect height to be able to hold the bed frame over the go-kart and give you the clearance on the tires that you need. You can see I've got the 3.5-inch wide wheels all the way around now. We've got the axles all aligned. We've got the spindles all taken care of. And I think we're about to the point where we need to take this thing out and test drive. Leak checks are done. Bolt checks are done as far as I remember. So let's give this thing a shot. Okay, I got my son Dallin running the camera for me out on the street, so hopefully you can see a little bit better this time. Let's give it a shot. I haven't hooked up the kill switch yet, so I'm just going to use this switch for now, but we'll add one. Oh, yeah. Situation is not ideal, as usual, so we'll give it a go. Alright, brake is not good. Alright, we're going to take it easy. It feels very scary.
Yeah. what y'all want in the next video. Obviously, I'm not stopping, and I will do these. Sure. Yeah.
Just lost my dog. How my brother
This is
taught
gonna
me
be
how
like
to
40
chase
minutes.
the bag.
Long.
Kept riding and feel I had to make it back. The day he lost his soul, wish I could take it back. I just lost my dog. How my brother taught me how to chase the bag.
That should be all.
Son of a! Who spent $217 on Animal Crossing?
Oh no.
Son of a!
Come with me, you'll be in the world of your imagination. Come with me. The sky
That. You know that's so wit. Rip.
Will you press the button? Taylor Swift stopped making.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
Yeah,
is your
click the
captain
button.
speaking. If you look to the right side of your aircraft, you will notice Flight 198 challenging us to a race. I've turned the fasten seatbelt sign back on because shit is about to get real. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your...
If a bullet goes off or something happens at a soccer stadium, everyone runs. Nobody ran. And you have to look. The one guy right behind me in the black with the green hat, he's looking like this. I want to meet him. He just was so angry. He's looking. There's something about brave people that I love. I gotta meet him. If a bullet goes off or something happens at a soccer stadium, everyone runs. Nobody ran. And you have to look. The one guy right behind me in the black with the green hat, he's looking like this. I want to meet him. He just was so angry. He's looking. There's something about brave.
Today's mission. Watch a today's mission video in front of somebody, and then do it to them right after. Today's mission.
What do you want to be when you grow up? This is Abel. He turned 7 years old today, and all he wanted for his birthday was a drum like mine, a beard like mine, hair like mine, so he could be like me. Happy birthday, Abel. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Not a feminist. I can actually cook.
I'm a feminist. Watch me cook.
Not a feminist. I can actually cook.
Yeah, stupid.
Is this your car?
Yes.
Well, you know what? I'm buying it. I need it fast. I'm buying it.
You're buying my car.
Yeah, here's your check. Thanks.
Oh my god. Wow. Well, just let me get my kids out of the back.
Well, wait a minute. I don't have time for this. These are your kids?
Yeah.
I'm buying them too. Is this your car?
What's your biggest turn off in guys?
Crazy.
Probably when they don't work out.
By the way, credits to all the people I'm watching. No.
This is one of those videos where I don't even need to say anything. It's pretty self-explanatory.
What's your biggest turn off in guys?
Probably when they don't work out.
How about you, Luca?
Hey, Justin. Please clear the run. We have people over for barbecue. Do I look like I have a growl in my room? Hey, Justin.
Dang, what a clutch, bro. Bro, stop fooling us.
And even
Can
though
you
I don't...
technically put monster truck tires on a semi truck? Because it already has a snorkel if you think about it. Did I just say, can't you put semi tires on a monster truck? I don't know.
A girl reposted this on Facebook and she said, OMG, I'm so glad they posted this because some people are meant to be wide and some small and it's okay. Love yourself, queens and kings. What she doesn't realize is that the skeleton on the right belonged to a gorilla. She really thought she was getting somewhere with all of that. Also, just so everybody knows, this is the x-ray of a 700-pound man. A girl reposted this.
Or you could just tap the middle of the screen. Or anywhere, really. Just besides on a button that does something else. No.
Let me try. I gotta go too. Oh, alright, we'll play tomorrow. Yeah, okay.
No.
Let me try. I gotta go too.
Damn, that gets deep, bro. Oh, I'm about to do this really easily. Ooh, I think that would be so nice. Nah. No. Technically the same thing, so most likely
The last two video games that you played have now been fused together and have become your newfound life, and you're the main character. How awesome or screwed are you? The last two video games that you played.
What the fuck? Motherfucker, you... What the fuck? Motherfucker, you...
No. That's crazy.
Redbox, you good? It would seem that the Xbox servers are down. So we can roast him and he won't say anything back? I suppose. Hey, Breadbox, how are your players at offline games? Xbox Live, more like Xbox Unalive, am I right? You know, it's not as fun when he doesn't say anything back. Let me in on this action. Breadbox, you keep this up and you'll outdo even PlayStation's maintenance records. Hey! What? I'm back. What'd I miss? Your servers were taking a summer vacation. They sent me a postcard. Oh, for the love of Bill Gates, how long was I out? Most of the day. And you guys just sat around and roasted me, didn't you? Of course they did. Redbox.
You can't see it. It's a famous face.
Why did you buy a solar generator? Because
What?
I have a crazy idea. What is it?
So this generator can power things anywhere, right?
Right.
And this can get me internet anywhere, right?
I mean, you could get internet in a lot of places where you typically don't.
So if I have internet and power anywhere, I can game anywhere, right?
Hypothetically, yeah.
So hypothetically, I could stream anywhere, right?
Where are you going with this?
I want to start doing live streams from crazy places in the world.
Let me get this straight. You're going to use a solar generator to power your gaming setup so that you can live stream from crazy places like the Grand Canyon and such?
That's the idea.
Huh. Would you watch that? Why did you buy a solar...
She beats my juicy meat and then cuts it into multiple pieces. While she is doing this, she sees some kids playing outside. This reminds her that her son is a loser degenerate who loves playing Geometry Dash. The guy at Mother walks toward the remote. Did he just say the guy at Mother? Turn the TV off and then blinds her child with some sunlight. Somehow, the Geometry Dash addict has teleported out of the room, away from the sunlight like a true gamer. You got a guy though, I can't remember. The little kid went to Mom's computer and found her special videos. He is instantly put on the naughty step and can only leave if he goes outside to play with the other kids. But this kid refuses, and his mother actually starts tweaking. To make matters worse, this kid has an infinite supply of iPads hidden in his inventory. The mom has been pushed over the limit and attempts to bite her fingers off her hands. Then she tries to snap the iPad, but this only makes her brain self-destruct, causing her to become a walking vegetable. She has reached the maximum tweak level, and now the whole block is shivering in fear. She beats my juicy meat and then cuts it into multiple pieces. She beats my juicy meat and then cuts it into multiple. She beats my juicy meat and then cuts it into multiple. She beats my juicy meat and then cuts it. She beats my juicy meat and then cuts it. She beats my juicy meat and then a cat.
Let me see the comments.
She beats my juicy meat and then cuts it into multiple pieces. While she is doing this, she sees a kid playing outside. This reminds her that
Bro, it's gonna be so long.
A cat jumped into a well full of animal waste in an Indian village, and its owner climbed in to save it. But he got trapped, and the waste had filled the well with poisonous fumes. When he cried for help, his son jumped in to save him, but he also got trapped. 3 more members of the family tried to help, jumping in one after the other, but they all got stuck in the well. Finally, a 6th family member entered with a rope around his waist. He was pulled out after the villagers heard the cries, and the other 5 men were suffocated by the well's toxic gases. A cat jumped into a well full of animal waste in an Indian village, and its owner climbed in to save it, but he got trapped, and the waste had filled...
2014. 2014 and 2017. Those
Queso
were
was
the
live
best
on
years.
Twitch, and suddenly official Taco Bell account appears in his chat. His reaction was absolutely incredible.
Taco Bell just typed in my chat. What's the switcher in here? Taco Bell is in here. Yo, Taco Bell. The Taco Bell Steakhouse Burrito is the best fast food item that's ever touched the face of the planet. Dude, I need it, man. Like, please. I'm begging you, even if you only bring it back for a week, taking notes. Dude, I've had a lot of food in my life. You can't tell by looking. I say this all the time. It's the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. Look, they said they're feeling the pressure. We gotta do something. Please bring it back. I'm begging you.
Queso was live on Twitch.
What pose are y'all hitting after clutching the 1v5 part 2? What pose are y'all hitting
How
after...
would you do the floating one? I mean, you could do it on the bed.
God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine. I just...
You know when something seems like a good idea in your head, and then you end up doing it, and it turns out just being really stupid? Yeah, that's what happened here. So my idea was that instead of cutting a loaf of bread normally, I would cut it lengthwise into these long slices. And I really did think that this was going to be an extremely entertaining way of making a grilled cheese, but now that I'm sitting here looking at this footage, I'm realizing that this pretty much just looks like a normal grilled cheese, it's just a little longer. If you're still watching the video, that means you're either easily entertained and it doesn't really matter what I do, or you really like me and it also doesn't really matter what I do, so I'm going to tell a joke to pass the time. If you're an American when you go into the bathroom and an American when you come out of the bathroom, what are you in the bathroom?
European. European.
POV, you're chilling in your room, but it's a hot day. Like a really hot day. POV, you're chilling in your room, but I stole your...
You up?
Yeah, why?
Text me your address. I'm coming over.
Right now?
No more talking. We've been on 3 dates. It's time for so much more.
Yes, yes, yes! Shoo!
Address? Damn, that's where you live?
Yeah?
Never mind.
What just happened?
I just got really tired.
I thought you wanted to hang out?
Is that really your address?
Yeah, is something wrong?
Only peasants live there. Broke people, people without Bitcoin. And my ex lives in that building.
No!
Yeah.
Rizap, help me bag her say. Let me come to you then. Let me come to you then.
I like the sound of that. Not gonna lie, but we can't hang here. My roommate is here. I don't want to wake her up.
She can join, hehehe.
No thanks.
Just come over here. My roommate is gone.
Doesn't matter. I could still run into my ex.
You won't.
You don't know that. I don't want to risk it. I really don't want to see him.
Did things end badly?
No, he's just 5'6", and he's still my ex-boyfriend.
But I really want to see your body.
Just come over Friday. My roommate is out of town all weekend.
Wait, come on! It's a really big building. I never see any of my neighbors.
Really?
And it's late and dark. We won't see anyone.
You sure?
I swear.
I don't know.
What's his name? I'll look up his apartment. We won't go near his place.
Mike.
No.
What?
What?
His name is Mike. OM. Hey, you up?
Yeah, why?
Text me your address.
Holy! Oh, look how badly that.
Well, that looked expensive. Part 1. Firstly, in 2021, an artist made this $500,000 painting in South Korea. Well, a couple that was walking by thought anybody could paint on it, so they got a brush and paint and started painting all over it. Well, the couple was then asked to pay for the damages. Next, a man went viral after a single grain of rice absolutely destroyed his computer screen. Apple, what are we doing here? Because this should not happen. Now in 2015, a century-old pub in London was illegally demolished by greedy developers. Well, the city then ordered them to rebuild exactly how it was, brick by brick. Which they did, but they didn't finish until 2021. Finally, 7 years ago, a man spent 3 straight days making a $15,000 Lego statue. Well, when it was put into a museum, it was destroyed in just 1 hour by a child. Well, that looked expensive. Part...
Work, guys. Oh, it's corner.
No way I hit that. This is Fortnite, what are you doing?
Life could be a dream. All my precious plans would come true. No!
No, what are you doing? I'm about to die.
Could be dreams, sweetheart. Every time I look at you, something is on my mind.
Bro's skilled at Fortnite.
Upgrading Steve's armor until he survives.
Alright, I played enough Minecraft to know if he's gonna survive. I'm gonna have to go with survive right here. Come on now. What? Yo! Bone showing in that? What? Alright, you should be
Whoa! You good, Breadbox? Or is it that time of year where you have to pay to play online again? Man, screw you, PC. I cost what you pay for a graphics card. Bro, screw you. I can upgrade my toaster more than I can upgrade you. Screw you, PC. I'd need a whole room to fit your massive system in my house. Screw you. If I want to play certain games, I have to buy a whole nother console. Screw you. You need a freaking computer science degree to keep your system running smoothly with all the dang driver updates you need. Screw you and your freaking controller aim assist, bro. Screw you and your 200 plus FPS getting wrecked by a 10-year-old sitting 9 feet from his 65-inch TV. Can you guys keep it down? I'm clearly the best gaming device. Together? Together. Screw you!
That was actually really good. You really can't play a lot of games. Alright, y'all, I gotta end the video. It's gonna take like 25 hours to publish it. So, see ya, and have a great day or night, whichever y'all are in. See ya.